All right, greetings and salutations, dear viewers. It is one day-ish before the third anniversary live stream. All is silent across the Western Front. Rurugia has come out and people are testing him and finding out that while he might be interesting in certain positions, I don't think he's particularly that interesting overall. But that's saved for another video. Now, honestly, before we start this video, I'm just going to apologize that unfortunately this year it didn't quite work out with getting something together. Last year we did the betting special between me and Diggs. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was awesome. And this year, just because of timing, life, and work, it was really hard to figure out a schedule. And my Discord got screwed up. Seriously, I don't have any of my contacts on Discord anymore. If you were a contact on my Discord or on my Discord at all, or the Intervisions Discord, yeah, it's all gone. Yeah, sad note to begin the video. But let's get off of the sad notes and talk about the happy notes. We're going to be doing, I put this together a little bit of a presentation towards my predictions for the third anniversary and beyond, going up into about March, excuse me, into about March of next year, but not too much further. Like once we get out towards February, I'm not going to predict too much because it's just really far out, and making predictions upon predictions, it could end up being a little bit too much. But let's have some fun. Let's talk about what's happening this year. All right, so the third anniversary is quickly approaching, and I am just going to get in right away by talking about some others' predictions. So Pechon, or Pechon, is one of the viewers, or not viewers, other content creators for the JP side, and he does some really good videos, some really good tests, and honestly, I'm always interested in what he, she, or they think about this. Some people have said, is Peach on a computer? Possibly. There seems to be a lot of AIs floating around in society nowadays. But as you can see here, this is a screen cap of one of his more recent videos where he basically did his own predictions for the next few months. And as you can see, we got some Chaos Espers, we got Reagan in there, a Final Fantasy VIII collaboration, Esther coming to JP, a Tactics Ogre collaboration, and FF7 early next year. All interesting bets, I will have you note. And honestly, I agree with some of it. I think that FF8 is definitely a real possibility. In this set of characters also makes sense. The elements, not so sure about, because we just had Dragon Quest, and Dragon Quest had like fire and ice, and then we're going to see Squall and Reagan with fire and ice. Doubling down on it. Ice just feels like it maybe has a little bit. Anyway. These are his predictions, and I do respect them, but I have my own, so let's talk about them. First off, we're going to be looking at the characters, primarily in this video. Another story, limited units, collaboration units, and a global exclusive older units too. And yeah, general thoughts, honestly. Well, November, I think we're going to be seeing basically double collaborations, vision cards, and an anniversary character. It's going to be a packed month. And I am probably betting too much, but I would rather dream the impossible dream that something amazing is truly going to happen. And it does feel like JP has had a little bit of maybe a holdback of content, and now the dam will burst open and we will see tons and tons of stuff added to the game, because they also want to make money. As for December of this year, Warrior of the Crystal, probably Dark, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Winter units, end of the year collaboration, January, a Void character, as well as a major January 1st character. We see this almost every year. Last year it was Astrius, and the year before that it was Lord Mont. So January 1st getting a really big, strong, powerful character does seem to be the kind of, yes, it's going to happen sort of thing. Next up, February will be Void characters, Valentines, and a collaboration. So getting more into details, November so far, Rurugia. He's come out, he's made somewhat of a splash. Some people like him, some people don't. Some people think that he's a little undercooked, and some people are just waiting, and all of those are potentially good decisions to do. But yeah, not much else to say. Probably going to be a follow-up job BC next week, but maybe not. As for another Story 2 order, if I am to do my predictions, so far it seems to be following the initial image that was shown off when Preen was coming out in her banners. Basically, Preen October, November Rurugia, December Rafu, who is our warrior of the armpit, or dark element. There's some kind of a joke in there. January, I think, will be Dagger Girl. I couldn't remember her name when I was making this, so just Dagger Girl. She's Wind Elemental, and yeah, we know that from her character model showing up in the game, and the fact that her character model has shown up probably means that she is further along than Vega, Axe Guy, who will show up in February, and last but not least, Rodman will show up in March. As for a prediction for a element for Vega, I want to say Earth. However, no, well, hold on a second, because Dagger Girl kind of goes against Rurugia, Preen, maybe Lightning. You know what? I'll say Lightning. I'm going to say Lightning for Vega. And as for Rodman, Light, just because it seems to be that the Void characters are going to be countering one of the Crystal characters. Thankfully, there are other Crystal elements, so the Warrior of the Crystal should win this fight, theoretically. All right. Now, anniversary stuff. As for collaborations, I am thinking that we're going to be keeping the similar style that we have seen in the past for anniversary announcements. And unlike Peachin, I am changing it. I am not saying Final Fantasy VIII. I'm going to say Final Fantasy IX as my collaboration choice. Now, he did not choose a returning collaboration, which I find interesting because I kind of remember comments that they did want to do when a collaboration is being brought to the game, like a new collaboration or something, they'll do a returning collaboration. Now, Dragon Quest didn't have that, but this is an anniversary. Time to dream bigger, dear viewer. And of course, the Final Fantasies that haven't shown up yet, like such as 11, 13, or 11, 12, 8, 9, and 5, as well as Final Fantasy 3 and 2, any of these are a distinct possibility, but usually for a major anniversary, we want a big collaboration. Last year it was Final Fantasy VI, which of course is a hugely popular Final Fantasy and came with Locke and Celeste, which were both very, very meta characters for a good long amount of time, with, I guess, Global having slightly different opinions on some of those statements that I just made. But yeah, I've just been feeling like with the games that Square Enix is announcing, there's always kind of a bit of an interest for these games to put a collaboration out about the same time that something is happening. And FF7 is having something happening in December. It would be a great little lead up, and that might be giving a little bit of a way of who I think, or what I think will happen with FF7. But yes, this is definitely me dreaming really big, because here we would be looking at Rurugia, Final Fantasy IX characters, Final Fantasy VII characters, and one more character before the end of November, which would be a heckin' amount of content to potentially get through, and would really be a lot. The most that we've ever seen with a collaboration is 4 characters, but that was with FF7, and again, it feels a little bit like some stuff is being held back, so maybe it's time for the floodgates to open. Speaking of which, my character predictions for Final Fantasy IX: Zidane, Earth Element, Thief, and Soldier. Why Earth? I don't know, it just doesn't feel like Wind really needs it at this point. Might be a another character. This is collaboration stuff. And I just didn't want him as Wind. But threw in Thief and Soldier because he does dress up as a soldier at the beginning of the game. And Thief because... But yeah. As for the free character, Vivi, Fire Elemental Black Mage with book job as well. Couldn't decide which book job I really wanted, but something magic based that wasn't green mage or anything like that. Vivi would be a perfect little free character since he's very, very popular. And I know some people are like, well, Umbra, why not make, Zidane free or something like that? Look, my thoughts, I can be wrong if I want to. But yes, I think that Vivi would be very enticing for people. And getting a free copy of the character, so what? You still need to play the game, build them, and potentially expend resources, and people are going to, it's just what we call a loss leader in terms of marketing. Just, have something that's super cheap, get people in the door, then fleece them for the other characters, because of course they're going to want it. Who wouldn't want to get Zidane and Garnet, one of the cuter Final Fantasy couples out there that's just, you want them on your team. You'd have to be a monster, not. As for Garnet, a light elemental white mage and green mage with summon type abilities. Now, if you're a viewer, you may say that's very much like Yuna, and you're correct. It is like Yuna. But you know what? Yuna is 2 years old now, and it's time for a upgraded version. Sure, why not? You've had that car for 10 years now. Live a little. As for FF7, bold prediction on my part is that it will return with new stuff. Now, I'm not thinking that either of these collaborations, either FF9 or FF7, will have any kind of Esper with them, because probably we're going to see a Chaos Esper somewhere in here. So just a bunch of vision cards, which kind of opens the door for characters. But yeah, with the fact that Integrate has come out and Crisis Core is coming up, I really do see that the FF7 collaboration is coming within the next 5 months, but I want to dream the dream, dear viewer, that we will see FF7 come back, get the older characters a boost, because it's been a really long time since the initial FF7 collaboration, but also get something new in. So Yuffie of the Shadow Element, oh my goodness, would I love it so much. Thief and Ninja with a main job, just all stealth character, why not? And Shadow just is kind of thematic for a thief. I mean, it could be Wind, it could be a bunch of stuff, but go for it. Give her the Shadow. Let's have some fun. As for Zack, Earth Element again. Now, I'm not really thinking too much about the fact that, we're going to have an Earth Element and an Earth Element here. Just give these elements just a bit more of a boost. I didn't put as much thought as just what would be thematic, but usually it will follow, so I'm expecting to be totally wrong. As for Zack, Soldier, and Ranger, well, make him a clone of Cloud just to see what people think. With, of course, the critical theming as well, but that would also make it kind of easy to just put Zack into the game if he was very similar to Cloud. Not completely, but very similar. And as for the remaining of November, Reagan's going to be somewhere in there. I've had viewers tell me, Umbra, why are you still talking about Reagan? He's been officially confirmed by the devs. The devs have said on multiple occasions that he's coming. They just don't know where the hell he fits into the schedule, which is concerning. But yes, bet before the collaborations are announced next week. Why not? Next week, the anniversary is still coming up. People will be excited for it regardless. Reagan has been talked about since January of this year and confirmed in August 100% that he will be coming within this time frame of October, November. Just put him out next week, get some excitement going, and then the collaboration will just sweep that through. Why not? Just like 3 weeks of characters like Reagan, FF7, or Reagan, FF9, and then FF7 starts the week after FF9 starts. Sure, go for it. let's just deluge of stuff. As for our winter unit, getting into the month of December, I think we're JP and Global will see the same one. And it's going to be the Shadow Lynx. Global has already been confirmed that they're getting a winter version of Shadow Lynx, from what I have heard. So Fire Elemental ranged unit, maybe. Maybe. Might be wind, might be a bunch of different elements, but I think that JP and Global will probably just see the same one. Global might be in the waiting room just for a global exclusive, but I don't think it's going to be the winter unit this year, and we will find out. But it has been a while since Global's announced anything, so maybe you guys are getting 2 this year. As for the end of the year collaboration, once again, I am going to dream just a little bit bigger as I eat my microphone. Last week of December, we always see for the last, well, always is a bit of a stretch. For 2 years, kind of, we've seen a non-Final Fantasy collaboration show up. And, about a year ago, we heard Tactics Ogre was confirmed for a collaboration. And usually when they do that, FF7 was talked about on stream. 1 year later, it showed up. Time for Tactics Ogre to do the same thing. And also, there will be a returning collaboration of Nier, because Nier has been gone also like Final Fantasy VII for just way too long. Give those characters a little bit of an upgrade, but I'm expecting no new characters. Sorry, but if 2B and 9S get a major upgrade, I think that will be totally adequate. I remember the twins were in that you could fight, but I don't remember A2. I don't know. A2 is probably a safer bet, but the twins would be easier to just put out if they wanted them to be units. We'll see. But Tactics Ogre Reborn, yes. These are the characters I'm thinking. 2 of the main characters, which honestly, I just got to go over here. I know that the one on the right is Ravnus. The reason that I am picking Ravnus is I've heard she's very, very popular amongst people in the community. Denim, Pavel, the character on the left here, is probably just because main character, of course he's going to be in. And Katia Pavel as well. 3 characters seems like a lot, but I am expecting there to be nothing new for Nier. So if there's nothing new for Nier, just like Persona last year, 3 new characters. As for their elements, Ravnus Ice, Wind Denim, and Katia. What element have I not chosen? Water, sure. With water and ice maybe being switched, but yeah. Thing is that none of these, it's very flexible, so it's just whatever they really are going to be doing in the elemental cycle, but yeah, let's go with that. As for the Valentines unit, I'm going to be saying it's a new version of Alaya. Alaya won one of the voting competitions a while back, and that means that she will be getting a new version of her. The Valentine unit, I mean, it's basically kind of just been confirmed, so it's not really too much of a prediction. So water elemental and uses spears because spoilers, and she's doing a thing like her brother, I guess. You got powerful legs. She can probably jump pretty high. I mean, it's got to be genetic. All right, and last but not least, Livestream Bets. Just for something fun to do. Livestream Bets, viewership of the actual stream itself will not go over 12,000 people. That is my actual bet. Why not? The over or under thing, I just wanted to, I guess I wanted to go on the underside this year. Just for a bit of a challenge, just to make it way more tense as the numbers are going up and up, and it's like, don't hit it. Next up, Hirano will be tortured. Hirano, if you don't know, is the actual, like, Square Enix representative, the one with the glasses who always wears a shirt with a painted-on bow tie. Will be tortured for at least 10 minutes of the live stream. So every time they start torturing him, we're going to start the timer, and then we're going to stop the timer when the torture segment stops. It happened last year. It's happened multiple times on stream. Last year he had to climb a tower, so hopefully this year we can finally finish him off. Next up, reincarnation will be shown. That's a will be live editing. There will be no new element. I know I've made this prediction, but I am so flaccid on this now that there's just going to be no new element. We're not seeing the void element. We're not seeing the neutral element. We're just not seeing it. Free gifts for Lapis, I'm going to say, is 10k this year. That's almost certainly wrong. So desu, which is kind of a Japanese affirmation sentence, will be said 300 times in the live stream. I feel like this is a little bit of way too much easy of a bet. And my grand bet of this entire thing, we will finally see Swimsuit Hirano. Been long asked for, and I think this is finally the year. I mean, FFB's been going for like 7 years or whatever now, and it's just been too long, and we haven't seen Swimsuit Hirano, so. And yeah, that's kind of my bets, predictions, and all of that. I don't know what else to say. This is what I came up with for this year of just trying to figure out, you know, characters, predictions, and you know what? If I'm wrong kind of thing. And so here's the thing. For everything in here that I am wrong on, because I dreamed big this year, I will have 1 minute to a punishment live stream. And because I have kind of welshed on my promise from last year, Diggs will choose, Dr. Diggs himself will choose what game I have to play for X amount of minutes. So if we get 100 things wrong, then that's 100 minutes that I have to play some game of his choosing. Sure. So best of luck to me getting something right on here. Anyway, and you know what? We'll make it even a little more interesting. It'll be 5 minutes for each thing I get wrong on the live stream bets. And to end the video, you've waited a long time for this. So who, dear viewer, here, let's just even make a new slide right here, right now. So who could possibly be the end of the year character, the character that I will think will be our, like, our major January 1st character? Well, there you go. I think that our major January 1st character of this year will be the new version of Stern, the one with all the swords and everything, who's dual wielding swords. He's just way too high profile to not be. I'm willing to bet super hard on this. He'll also be Fire Elemental. He will introduce dual wielding. And last but not least, he will be a 120 cost character. And that's not going to mean anything in terms of actually like pull rates or anything. It's just going to be like he's 120 cost, and it just means that it's a new power level sort of thing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. The live stream will be up about 24 hours from now. I'll make a video that states like 24 hours exactly when I will start streaming. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you look forward to the anniversary and my live stream. Please join me for that and have some fun and discuss. And reminisce about the previous year and look forward to what's to come. I really hope I'm right on this. See ya.